All right, you're live on Dodgers Digest, the Monday morning live show. Mike Nelson here with Brad J. Talking Dodgers, of course. Big series win over the Giants this weekend. How you doing today, Brad?
I'm doing quite well, my friend. I'm in Toronto, so I'm in Canadian land right now.
Love
So
Toronto.
yeah,
Do we have any viewers out there that are watching us from Toronto? Because it's a beautiful city out there. I love Canada. But yeah, that's pretty awesome that you're out there.
did you eat poutine when you were here?
No, I went to Tim Hortons though. I remember going there a lot.
You went to Timmy Ho's. That's
Yeah,
what they
yeah.
call it, Timmy Ho's. Yeah.
Love the coffee there. It's awesome. I'm a big coffee guy, so yeah, I had to try it.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, the one thing I always enjoy when I go to Canada is
Uh,
poutine.
okay.
Cheese curds with gravy on French fries.
Yeah, there you go. It's
That's
weird
a
because
hard
I
stop
remember
right
even
there.
going to the Blue Jays game and the hot dogs taste different in Canada. I don't know if you've ever had a hot dog in Canada, but they don't taste the same.
That's-
Yeah.
They don't know how to do it. I did. I was a DJ for the 2004 Olympics for baseball,
Yeah.
and when I think Japan was or Australia, one of them was the winner there. But they tried to make hot dogs and pizza for the fans,
Yeah.
and it was absolutely horrible. I'm like, how could someone screw up a hot dog at a baseball game? Come on, man.
All right, but enough talk about hot dogs and
Yeah,
baseball. We got to talk Dodgers, right? The Dodgers got a big series win over the hated Giants this weekend after losing the first game. The last couple days, the pitching came through, and it was a couple exciting games to watch. But I think the Dodgers after this win, after these last two wins, really solidified themselves as front runners to win this division, right? I mean, now the Giants are kind of in trouble when it comes to catching
yeah,
the Dodgers. What did you say, Brad?
100%. I think you hit the nail on the head there. But one thing about you look at the series and you just got to win the series. So you lose seven in a row. You got swept two series in a row. Then you lose the first game against the Giants. But you know what? I try to be the optimist, the glass half full type guy, and thinking it doesn't matter. You lose the first game of a 3 game series, come back and win the next two and win the series. That's what you're supposed to do. And that's exactly what the Dodgers did. They took care of it. They got the 2 wins there, and best record in the National League, second best record in all of MLB after getting swept 2 series and losing 7 straight. That shows you how good the team is. The only thing that I get alarmed with, Mike, on this is still go look at the box score from yesterday and look at the hits and you look at the extra inning stuff that happened. Those were a lot of bloops. Those are a lot of bloopers right there, and everything kind of went the Dodgers' way. And sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But that doesn't fix the hitting problem still, because you look at Mookie, he did not have a good game. You look at the stuff like that, it's still glaring that they're still not, the offense is still not hitting that groove. And I haven't even talked about Tanner Scott yet. We'll hold off on that for a little bit. But I mean, seriously, man, you start thinking about it and going, they're doing all this and still they're not firing on all cylinders. So no matter what, when the Dodgers wake up offensively, and even though they got the 2 wins, once they wake up offensively and start consistently hitting, the rest of the league's in trouble for sure. And like I said, I'm sticking by the Brad Stradamus prediction of the Dodgers when the season is over being at least 10 games in front of who's ever in second place.
Yeah, and then you were talking about the Dodgers offense. I mean, this weekend, the Dodgers really struggled hitting with runners in scoring position, right? I mean, looking at the games yesterday,
Yeah.
there was a couple innings that the Dodgers only picked up one run where they had, like second and third, nobody out. And there was a lot of chances for the Dodgers to put the Giants away early. Saturday, it didn't cost them. They won the game, 2-1. The Giants had a bit of a run there in the eighth inning, but they solved it no problem. But yesterday, it really cost the Dodgers, right? Because Tanner Scott, he just had a 2-0 lead. And of course, he blew the game in the ninth. But if the Dodgers had scored more runs earlier in the game, they would have
Yeah.
put this game away. And the Dodgers had the chances to put the game away. Like I'm talking about, take a 5-6 run lead. It was there for them to do it, and they didn't do it. And they haven't been doing that all week long, and that's where it's concerning. Because if the Dodgers don't start doing that, they're going to start losing more games again. Because this team's got
Yeah.
to score a lot of runs to win, I think.
Yeah. You got to pounce. You got to pounce. And that's what they're not doing. You don't see that killer instinct right there out of the Dodgers. And when you start looking, you're all what, 0 for 4? Like with Mookie. Like Mookie was non existent in that game. And I don't know what's going on, but Mook's bat he's not been doing well. And that's just a tough thing. But I do want to say one thing. Outman's catch, oh my gosh.
Save
That
the
was
game.
absolutely huge. Yeah, save the game. Craig Osterberg says, "Hi, Mike and Brad. Outman's great catch saved the game." Craig, you are correct, sir. It definitely saved the game for the Dodgers. And I mean, his defense is great. His offense, not so great. But maybe that could change. I'd love to see Outman contributing and making something happen in a big way.
Yeah, and then James Outman made one of the best plays of his young baseball career yesterday. Playing the fly ball, the line drive perfectly off of Devers, and it was like one of those plays that like if that ball drops, the Giants win, right? I mean, it was that deep,
100%.
and
Yeah.
that those are the kind of championship plays that the Dodgers had last year. And hopefully they keep doing that. And the Giants, they choked, right? I mean, they had all their hitters coming up in the 10th inning. The Dodgers failed to score in the top of the 10th, right? They didn't score in the top of the 10th, the Dodgers. The Giants just needed a hit, basically, to win the game.
Yep.
And they didn't do it. So the Dodgers, kind of in some ways, were saved there, right? Because, not scoring in the top of the 10th with the new rules, it's really hard to win games. The Dodgers, though, got through it.
Oh, and that's a fact, man. That is a fact, Jack. When you talk about that, you've got to, when you start at the extra innings off with the dude on second base, I feel like, and you're the Dodgers and you have the talent that the Dodgers have, you need to be scoring at least a single run every time there's an extra inning with a guy starting at second base with no outs. That's a dude in scoring position. You got 3 opportunities to bring the guy around. You need to make that happen. You definitely need to make that happen. And what was I want to say Craig was, man, we have, dude, you know how many people are just firing off to us, man? This one is from, what did it say? Craig, he says, Craig Lazzarino, think about our record if Tanner saves half the games. I mean, Tanner Scott saves half those games. We have the best record in baseball. So,
Yeah,
Craig,
that's true.
Carlos said that, right?
That's true. Yeah.
And it's 100% true. We win more games than we're ahead of Detroit. But, I mean, still, the best team in the National League, we're still crushing it.
Yeah, I mean, the Dodgers, as expected, were supposed to be at the top of the standings with all the players that they had, going into this year. What is a bit surprising with the Dodgers season this year is, all the struggles that they've had, right? It hasn't been easy for the Dodgers, right? I mean, the Dodgers lead the league in comeback wins. They've had so many injuries. So it has been a lot, to get to this point, right? I think that's where I didn't expect that. I didn't expect the Dodgers to have this much trouble winning games and, having they've been through so much in the first half of the year. You just hope the second half of the year is a little bit easier, right? You don't want the Dodgers to have so much, because they'll just be exhausted come playoff time, the way this first half of the year is gone.
I kind of like them earning it. I mean, you know what? I like seeing them go through some struggles and come out of their struggles because that also defines a team too as well. Like how hard you get hit, but how hard you can come back and compete. And the Dodgers, no matter how many struggles, 13, 14, 15 people on IL, 13 of them pitchers, I think that's changed by now. But all the numbers that you look at, all the problems that they had and getting, swept 2 series in a row, losing 7 straight. I mean, that's 3 sweeps on the season with the Angels sweeping him as well. So it's like those, can define a team when you can come back from that. When you can come back from that and show that, okay, you got me today, but we're going to get you back the next day, and we're going to get you back the next day after that. And the Dodgers got to be resilient. But, man, I tell you what, Tanner Scott, I'm just wondering at some point, why do we put him in those leverage situations? I mean, are you going to keep running him out there? Is he going to keep giving up the hits? I don't know what he's doing wrong. It seems like he started to figure it out, but that's the kind of things that I would hate to see Roberts do down the stretch in, like, a playoff situation. Like, nope, I'm going to run this guy out there, even though he's lost it and given up some long balls. But it's like, does he need a couple of days off? I don't know what's going on, but that doesn't feel good when he does that, when you feel like that's a win, and then it ends up not being a win. So the Dodgers have been resilient, and no matter what you say, and there's a lot of trolls, obviously, that there are different teams who watch our stuff, because I see it in the comments. I usually catch them and comment back on them. Must be tough being a Padre fan or something like that. But, I mean, when you look at all that stuff going down with the Dodgers and they still are able to come back, that is the key of a good team. That is the key. And no matter what, dudes aren't hitting that good. I did see, what was it, Freddie, 2 days ago? Opposite field double. Then he cracked one. He also had a double in yesterday's game, too, as well. When Freddie starts hitting Oppo and you start seeing Freddie go Oppo, that's when he is locked in. I don't think he's locked in right now. but I'm glad that he's not going to be competing in the home run derby. I'm
Yeah.
glad that Will Smith's not going to be. I'm glad that Shohei's not going to be. Those guys do not need to be going in there because it's not about winning the home run derby. Teo did it last year. That's awesome. But when it comes down to what's going on this year, you don't want anything to mess with your swing. And I feel like dudes get under the ball so much more when they get in that home run mode, and Ohtani's already been doing that anyways. So we'd like to see him stop that. So glad to see them not doing that.
Yeah, I think
Man,
that.
dude,
Yeah.
How many messages are there? What's going on?
Yeah, everybody's got a lot to say today.
Dude, you guys are on it today.
I like this comment that Craig gave right here. He's saying Yamamoto deserved the win, right? Yamamoto had his best start of the year last year. We talked about it yesterday on the post game. 7 innings for Yamamoto.
Yep.
Giants only had one runner in scoring position until the 7th inning. 7 strikeouts. He basically completely shut the Giants down. And yeah, the Dodgers had the lead when Yamamoto exited the game. And it's just frustrating, like you're talking about Tanner Scott. I mean, Yamamoto deserved to have the W yesterday on his record, right? I mean, officially, Yamamoto's going to get the no decision. But that's the tough thing about baseball, right? You have performances like this where the starter goes deep. You don't see it too much anymore in modern baseball, but yesterday was kind of a throwback game, right? Yamamoto went deep, went almost 100 pitches, 7 innings. And ends up getting the no decision, right? But that's what's kind of tough, right? Because you wanted to see Yamamoto get that W.
Well, he was fresh because remember the game before that he pitched.
Oh yeah, 1 inning, he was out.
He didn't get through the first inning.
Yeah.
So the 2 starts, he goes 7 innings, 1 start, and not even a full inning the first start. So good to see him bounce back, and that goes back to what I said earlier. It's about the resilience of like, hey, you get beat down. You better have a short-term memory, okay? Write that crap off and move forward, and that's what Yamamoto did. And, yeah, you know what? He didn't get the win, but in our eyes, in Dodger fan eyes, he got the win.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
They're not in it without him. Like,
no.
If someone else is in there giving up 4 in the first inning or something like that, or 5 or whatever, then the Dodgers are not in that game. They lose that game. They lose the series going into the All-Star break. That's what we didn't want to see.
I don't know what everybody thinks out there, but I think Yamamoto has now confirmed that he is the Dodgers' ace, right? I mean, there's no doubt about it, right? I mean, Yamamoto is the Dodgers' top pitcher. Sure, the Dodgers have Snell and Glasnow on this roster, but I think Yamamoto is the number 1 guy. I mean, if it's Game 7 of the World Series, Game 7 of the NLCS, we're going to have to go with Yamamoto.
100%, 100%, zillion percent, I would say on that one.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that, he was picked to the All-Star team, right?
Yeah.
But he's not going to play. I like that choice because, once again, love the All-Star game. That's all said and done. It's fun and whatever. But what are we here for, Mike? What are we here
World Series.
We're here to win the World Series.
Yeah.
Even last summer when you and I were doing the shows, and even in the offseason after the Dodgers won, from day one since then, the Dodgers are going to win the World Series again. How they do it and how they get there is going to be up to them. But I feel like the Dodgers are going to win, and I like them having some struggles and not just breezing their way through a season, without any obstacles in their way, because I don't think that makes you a good team in the end because you just get too comfortable. And when things go wrong, we saw it. We saw 7-game skid from the Dodgers. That was not good, but you knew that they're going to come out of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy how Yamamoto, it's only his 2nd year in baseball, right? And he's been worth every penny. The Dodgers spent so much to get him, and, this guy came up so big for the Dodgers last year in the playoffs. Game 5 against San Diego is always going to be remembered as a historic start. And, he continues to do that. I mean, basically, Yamamoto has been the one of the best signings for the Dodgers in recent history, I think, because we've had some very good signings, especially with the way things are going this year. You start to question the front office, but with him, there's nothing to question, right? I mean, before the season, we debated who was going to be the number 1 guy, and like I said, I think Yamamoto's earned that.
Oh yeah, no, I gotta agree with that. Let's take some of these on right here. Craig says Scott back in funk. Yep. Padres have 3 All-Star relievers. This is from Jeff Roll. Raiderman says heading down to the home stretch, offense needs to step up. Wild card is tight. Need Padres to stumble. That'll happen. Raiderman on that. We got Jeff Roll saying Scott needs to be moved to a lower leverage role. Okay. Some sense being made for the time being because Vesia closes until Trinan gets back. And Vesia, I got to give him credit, man. He's been stepping up. He He struck out the side, in
That's right.
yesterday's game. Yeah. I'm a huge Vesia fan. I keep watching his ERA all season long to see when he drops out because, he's in the twos right now. Bring that thing down to 1. I like what he's saying right there. Definitely should change things up.
Yeah, I mean, I think they should. Although I think the Dodgers are pressured to have Scott as a closer because of the dollar signs again, right? It's kind of like with Conforto, right? Pressure to start Conforto because of all the money that they signed him for. That's what I'm saying. Like this year, the Dodgers took a risk with some of these signings, and some of them haven't really panned out, right? I mean, I think that's something that through the first half, now that the first half of the season has ended, some of the new guys that Dodgers picked up really haven't lived up to the Dodgers standard that is currently World Series champions.
I feel Freeman, too, if you look at the decisions he's made and the guys he picked up. I mean, he picked up Glasnow because of his history with Glasnow.
Yeah.
So, and Glasnow got injured right away. And was that the best pitching move you could have made? I mean, the other guys were available, right?
Yeah.
And you went with the Glasnow because you went with your heart.
Yeah.
And I think that sometimes because you have history with someone and they're friends with someone, is that necessarily the best pick? And I feel like Freeman does that. I mean, I think he's great at what he does. But I think there's an occasional pick that he does where he offers up a lot of money for that person, and maybe that's not the right call. I mean, the same with the Snell call, picking up Snell, right, and getting him on the team. He had history with him too as well. So, I mean, don't pick players for the heart. Pick guys that you think are going to do good down the road. And I'm not saying those are bad picks. I'm just saying I feel like Friedman sometimes does that.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know. We don't know how those picks will pan out. It's still too early, right? With Snell and Glasnow, it's still too early.
But we all knew that Snell had injury problems in the past.
That's the thing.
We knew that Glasnow had injury problems in the past, but yet he still signed him to big old fat contracts too as well. So Stephen Miller says this: 9 innings, 1 run, 10 Ks. Shohei should be our right-handed closer. We would have Snell, Glasnow, Yamamoto, Kirsch, Sheehan, and May or Casparius too as well. Hey, man, I'm not against that because I feel Shohei, that would not be a bad deal. I've never even thought about that before.
People have talked about that before, yeah.
I don't think I read that before. I like that idea.
Yeah.
I mean, he throws hard, he's got velocity, but would he overthrow? That also could be a situation too. Because when you're a starting pitcher, you don't have that closer mentality. Like, you look at the years past when Gagne was a closer for the Dodgers, and he had that, to be able to throw, near 100 miles an hour and then do a 69-mile-an-hour curveball after that, tangling guys up. But, I mean, Shohei as a closer, I kind of like the sound of that.
Although you're taking a risk, though, with Shohei closing, because if he comes out to close out the game and he blows the game, then he's not going to be able to stay in the game as a DH, right? I mean, they're going to take him out, and he can't go back as a DH there. That's going to be the problem, right? You have to hope that he closes it out because then you're going to lose his bat in extra innings. Imagine if it's the playoffs. It's like that's where I think the Dodgers. I don't know if they'll take that risk.
That would be heavy. That would be heavy.
You lose Ohtani for extra innings.
Yeah, that would be heavy. Like all of a sudden, Dodgers are up 3-2 in the game. You bring in Shohei to ice the team. He gives up a run, ties it up, or gives up 2 runs, goes behind.
Oh yeah. Oh, you lose.
You want to pull him. He doesn't have his good stuff, and now you can't pull him because you're going to lose him.
Yeah.
So
that's where I think that the decision making is going to be tough. Although if the Dodgers are at a point, we don't know where they're going to be at come playoff time if they still don't have a defined closer, right? Because right now the Dodgers, I mean, with the way Tanner Scott's going, I don't think he's going to be able to be the closer for the Dodgers, right? I mean, he's blown way too many games. They're going to have to probably put somebody else in soon on a regular basis. But if that guy can't get it done, then it's like the Dodgers just don't have a closer, right? And I think, what do you think of trade deadlines in a couple weeks? I mean, I think the Dodgers have the top of their list for the trade deadline has to be a relief pitcher, right? They really need to trade for a relief pitcher. I think that's their number one need right now.
So you don't think a position player at this point, the Dodgers?
I wouldn't do it. I think they need to get it. I'm okay with the guys on the field. I mean, sure they have the Max Muncy injury hurts, but he'll be back. But
he'll be back.
But I think the Dodgers really need to trade for a relief pitcher. Losing Evan Phillips for the whole year really hurts. And then the way some of these guys have been pitching, Michael Kopech getting hurt again. I think the Dodgers need to trade for a pitcher in the bullpen. I don't know about starting pitching, but I think they need to trade for somebody to be, a relief pitcher. What do you think about that, Brad?
I'm going to have to agree with you 100% on that because I don't think going for a starter is what you want to do. That's going to cost you a lot more money in the long run when you can get a reliever that could actually put a Band-Aid on things on some of the guys that have been taken out. I mean, that you're going to get Trinan back at some point. But, yeah, I feel like if you're going to look for someone, and I agree with you, a position player I don't think you need. Muncy will be back. Kike, I think, is still on the IL.
He'll be back too.
Well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they have now – this whole week to get better before they go against Milwaukee at home to start things off. So I think you're right on the money with that. A relief pitcher is probably what the Dodgers need for sure.
Although a lot of fans out there want to get another third baseman, though. We've seen the comments, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry they're not. They love Max. He has the most home runs as a Dodger. Did he tie Duke Snyder or something like that? 200 home runs as a Dodger. So I don't know, man. I like Max. I think Max is going to be there. And remember when you and I had these shows going earlier, we would talk about that. And I told you straight up, I don't think Max will be on the team next year. And I think I'm kind of going back on that a little bit. I would think that they probably might sign Max. You're right. Look at the big brain on Mike here. I think that they will probably sign him for another year. Probably a 1-year contract like a Kershaw deal or something like that. I think they're going to keep him around. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we really miss Max Muncy. You could see the Dodgers in this losing streak have really missed him, right? I think now that he's gone, it's like, you miss him, right? I mean, what is it like that song, the Cinderella song? You don't know what you got until it's gone, right? I mean, that's kind of what we're going through right now.
That's exactly. I do like that analogy right there. That's exactly right. I look at Jeff Roll says, too many close games due to lack of offense, stressing out the pen. Jeff, you are a smart man because that's exactly right. Craig says, Mookie, too many pop-ups. Raiderman says, Outman can't hit. But, man, did we love that catch by him yesterday.
Even if he can't hit, if he could play defense like that, he's got to stay in the big leagues. Come on.
Yeah, and exactly. Look, bring him off the bench. Put him in for defense. That's what they did yesterday. That was the plan yesterday.
Yeah.
Hey, let's put him in for his defense. And he made that solid catch. Outman definitely needed to tag up on that fly ball. That Mario Torres says that. Tanner has blown 7 saves. Another one from Mario. I'd move Scott back to like the 7th inning. Jeff is on it with that one. Whoa, Carlos. What the heck are you saying? Do you think it's time to move Mookie?
I don't know, Carlos. I think
my heart's getting me right now.
I don't know, Carlos, man. I don't know what you're drinking this early, man. Because I think I don't think we're trading Mookie Betts. I mean, come on, Mookie Betts is.
Raiderman says Mookie needs to stop bowling.
No, man.
You guys are freaking.
I think
funny,
Mookie Betts is going to retire as a Dodger. I'm going to go out on a limb and predict that. I think he's not going anywhere. I think we have him locked up for a long time. And even if this guy, doesn't turn around this year, which I hope he does, this guy's not going anywhere. I mean, we're standing by Mookie. Come on.
Yeah, and could it be a situation next year where they move Mookie back to the outfield? Yeah, it could be a situation where Mookie goes back to the outfield.
Maybe.
Sure, I could see them possibly doing that in the future. But they have the luxury of doing that. That's the cool part about it. The Dodgers can do whatever they want with Mookie, either keep him at shortstop. But I think that down the road, a couple more years under his belt, I think you put him back in the outfield.
Yeah,
and I would not have said that too. So you can change my mind, dude. I'm serious. Like I will listen and take it all in and watch what's going down and then make a decision off that.
Yeah, I mean we talked about before. I think Mookie Betts, as we know, is a stellar outfielder, right? I mean, I think everybody can agree with that. I mean, the guy, played the position super well when he was out there, and for a lot of people, that's what he's always going to be. But the Dodgers made that decision to move him to the infield. We don't know how much that's affected him. Also, we don't know how much, the off. He was very ill before the season started, and that might be starting to affect him as well. So we don't know how everything is kind of gone with him, right? Because remember, this guy was pretty sick before the season started, and maybe that's why his endurance is starting to get affected now that the season's gone on for a little longer,
I think you might have something there for sure. Roy Estrada says, closer by committee until someone shows that they can be depended on. We must trade for a starter and a bullpen arm. Another
he wants
bat.
Both. Wow.
It's like, bro, man. And he says, another bat in the lineup is a must. Make it to September healthy. We can get ready to.
Roy wants 3 players, man. Jeez, he wants to really get at it.
Take it easy, Roy. Okay, let's get through these next couple of weeks, man. All right.
I don't
These
know.
are good comments.
These are, yeah, we appreciate everybody commenting. Make sure to subscribe if you're seeing this for the first time. But I don't know. I'm going to disagree here with Roy. I don't think we should go after that much. I think we're World Series champions. We have really great players. And I don't want to see I don't want to see like James Outman get traded, right? I mean, do you really want to see James Outman get traded after yesterday? No. I don't. I want to see him stay on this team. You know?
I mean, it is only one catch, and I get that he had that little did not tag up properly, and I get that all that with him. But I like James Outman. I just feel like he's had just bad luck when he's up,
but he'd be the first guy to go in a trade, though. That's the thing.
Yeah,
he'd be the first guy to go.
I don't know if the Dodgers are willing to let him go. I feel like
but if they go after an elite starting pitcher, James Outman is probably going to be part of that package. I mean, unless they trade Dalton Rushing or. What was it? The possible trade for Paul Skeens included Dalton Rushing, which I don't think the Dodgers are going to include. So if they don't include Rushing, who else do you think they would actually include on this roster? That's the thing. I mean, because they're going to want something from the Dodgers roster. They're not going to just give up all prospects if they trade for a name like Paul Skeens or somebody like that.
Maybe if the Dodgers covered up Conforto's batting average and tried to hey, no, he's doing good. No, he's really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just maybe we could use him, but no, I think that Conforto we're stuck with at $17 million no matter what.
No.
And I'm not hating on Conforto, but he hasn't produced. We know he hasn't produced.
Too much money on that contract. Yeah.
$17 million for 1 year.
Yeah.
Is that really? I just don't think that was a good call. But I would like to see him get traded if that was a trade. And sorry, Conforto, if you're watching this. No hate, bro. I'm not trying to throw shade on you, but, bro, you haven't stepped up, man. And the Dodgers want to see you step up.
I mean, it seems like he only does well when he plays in San Fran, which is a little weird because he did well this weekend playing at his old park. So.
Oh, yeah, and he did good in when he played for the Mets. He did good at Mets, too. At City Bank or whatever.
City Field, yeah. So it seems like only doing well at the old park. So, I don't know. I think Conforto is a one-year guy. I don't think we're going to see him next year. I really think. I mean, I don't know what everybody thinks out there. But I think he will not be on the Dodgers next year.
I mean, that's going to be. I think that has to be a Captain Obvious quote.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be on the Dodgers next year.
Yeah, you guys want to sign me for another year? I mean, 173 is good, isn't it? No. Roy says Roberts keeps trying to put a square peg in a round hole like he did with Jansen. Whoa, the comparison to Kenley Jansen. Stefan said the same thing. Tanner Scott reminds me of Kenley a few types back. And
I don't know. Tanner's making more than Kenley, though. That's the big difference.
Yeah, but remember when they kept sending Kenley out?
That's true.
And we were losing games.
Yeah.
And when people started saying, "Oh, Kenley's available, let's get him," it's like, no.
Yeah, that was rough to watch. It's crazy that Kenley's still playing though on the Angels now, but. Yeah, I mean, I don't miss Kenley Jansen. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, some great. I mean, dude, we'd love to try to get to all these. Normally, we can kind of
I know
this message out, but you guys have attacked us full on today. You got
what is Steven saying? Roki Sasaki may come back earlier, which we've talked a little bit about. That would be big for the Dodgers, right? They could get Roki back and back at full strength, but still kind of it's a defined timetable, right?
Are you talking about the perfect storm?
Yeah, the perfect storm. That's right.
The perfect storm's coming. We're gonna get. We got Glasnow back. Okay,
yeah.
So Snell, Sasaki is what we need.
Glasnow pitched great, by the way. We haven't even had a chance to talk about that. The guy was great on Wednesday, Tyler Glasnow.
And he said he made changes too. He made changes to his approach, so he wasn't going at it the way he did before he went injured. He's changed his approach to it. So, and a lot of people were calling him glass arm and all this But I feel that you got to give the guys a chance and giving him another chance. And now look what he's doing. Now he's coming back. He's pitching. So we get Snell, we get Roki, we have Glasnow, you got Kershaw in the mix. You got a team. You got starting pitching right there with Yamamoto. I mean, come on, man. So I don't think you do anything with that. I think you kind of just look for that perfect storm to come back because it's going to happen. Look at all these days they have off right now.
Yeah, it's 4 days. Yeah, 4 daes, All-Star break. It's a lot of days in baseball and yeah, I mean, the starting pitching, if when all these names come back, there's just no reason to risk trading or throwing away prospects or trading away, like I said, one of the guys that's currently on this roster, right? I think that's the key, though. I think the Dodgers all the guys that are currently playing with the big club, I don't want to see none of these guys. Well, I would like to see Conforto get traded, but I don't think that's happening. But I don't want to see none of the other guys get traded, right? And, last year, remember, they had to trade Vargas, right? That was a big trade.
Yeah,
And,
that was a tough one.
that's what I'm saying. Like, this year, I don't know if the Dodgers really should do that, right? I think that's where it's going to become a decision they're going to have to make. Not us, but I think that's where I think we should kind of think about, do we really want to see any of these guys on this team get traded just so we can get a relief pitcher, just so they can get somebody, right? Because it seems like fans are always calling for trades, even though this team is good. I mean, this team is good. I mean, the Dodgers are not a bad team. We are a playoff team. We're going to make the playoffs. We're in first place. World Series champions.
No,
Come on.
We're going to win the World Series.
Yeah, we're going to win the World Series. So why should this team make so many trades at the trade deadline? This team shouldn't be that active as a lot of people are calling them to be. Because a lot of people out there are calling for the Dodgers to make so many trades for no reason at all. I don't get it.
Yeah, and I mean, like you said, I think the one trade that needs to happen, or the one pickup the Dodgers need to do, and that's a relief pitcher. Just someone who can kind of just shore the bullpen up just until you get Trinan back, you get other guys back. So I think that I like that idea of that. But the Conforto trade idea is just absolutely ridiculous because $17 million a year, nobody's going to pick that up. No one's even going to pay $8 million.
No,
half of that salary. So the Dodgers would have to, eat another $8 million if someone was to pick it up, half that contract or whatever. So he's on the Dodgers. There's nothing, can be done. So stop rattling the chain on that one. He's the Dodger. He's going to be one. So
yeah, and then if you decide to release him, then you run the risk of him going to a contender, right? Because that's where I think some fans will start talking about, well, why don't you just cut him, right? But if you cut him now before that waiver wire deadline, then he is going to end up going to a contender, right? Because that's right. I think Conforto would get picked up by another team, right? I mean, I don't think the guy would just be retired if he gets cut by the Dodgers. Somebody will pick him up.
Don't get me started, because exactly if someone else picked him up and you cut him and he goes in the same division, all of a sudden, miraculously, he can hit now.
Yeah.
And he can hit against the Dodgers and he does damage. I mean, how many times have we seen that?
Yeah.
One of the biggest, I think, the Dodgers' mistake was Zach McKinstry. That guy, he should have been a Dodger, and no one saw in him what he has been doing this year. So that was sad. But one thing I want to mention, Miggy Rowe going deep yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
And
big home run.
Not just a home run. Think about what he did. He threw him a just buttload of four-seam fastballs until he threw something off speed.
Yeah.
And then he throws that, and that's the one he keyed off on. So it was almost like he knew it was coming. So to see Miggy do something like that, if he could do that in a pinch hit situation, we'd love to see more of that out of Miggy Rowe.
Yeah, I mean that was a big moment for sure. He's had trouble, of course, offensively this year, but it was great to 100%. See him, go deep yesterday. But let's go to the comments. We've got, what is it? Mario saying a starter is needed. Glasnow and Snell can't be relied upon. Glasnow is one start away from a season-ending IL stint. What do you think about that? Fans like Mario not confident in two of the highest-paid pitchers in baseball, right? Because let's be honest, Glasnow and Snell are two of the highest-paid pitchers in baseball. Two of the guys that the Dodgers have risked so much to get. Do we have confidence that these guys will ever turn around and be stars for the Dodgers?
Man, I try not to be negative on that, but Mario Torres makes a very, very, very good point. I mean, could it just be one injury? Glasnow's out. Snell comes back, couple of games, he's out. And then where are you at? Now you're past the deadline, and now you're like, okay, let's say we're going to have 100 bullpen games or something. Like, what do you do? So it does make a good point, but at some point you've got to count on him, and you got to just hope that he's had enough time. Both of them had enough time to rehab and get back to their strengths and feel good about what they can do. I think the adjustments Glasnow has made has shown in his last start. Can he keep that up? I'd like to see him do it over 3 or 4 starts and see him keep going. Jeff Roll says something. He goes, Yamamoto is getting Kershaw-type run support from prior years. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it is.
Because that happened to Kershaw so many times where he could throw a stellar game and they'd lose, lose 4-1 or something like that.
That's right. You and Jeff said Yamamoto should have had at least 3 more wins this year. That's true. I mean, Yamamoto has had games this year where he should have won, but it's just not getting the run support. And yesterday, I mean, come on, it was Tanner Scott's fault. I mean, blew the game in the ninth. So yeah.
And what does Raiderman say? Oh, Raiderman, if you don't get Yama in the first inning, it might be a long day.
Yeah.
Hey, that's back to Kershaw. I make no bones about it. I've always said if Kershaw can get through the first inning, he's going to have a decent game. But he's got to get through that first inning. And the Yamamoto, I kind of seem like he's kind of a similar pitcher.
Yeah.
Like the first inning, if he's going to get caught up, he's going to get caught up in the first inning, just like Kersh. Maybe they just need to get together, maybe have some sake and just talk about it, right?
Man, I just hope they don't get on him in the first inning in a game 7 or something, man. That would be tough because we've seen that before.
Yeah, like what was it? Yu Darvish?
Yu Darvish, yeah, we've already seen
7.
That. Yeah, we can't have that happen again, man. That was rough.
Need that. Stefan says we will need to start thinking beyond Freddie and Betts soon. If a big bat becomes available, I'm looking at the possibilities on the market. Stefan right there.
I don't know. I don't know, Stefan. I think we're still a few more years away from that. I'm still confident Freddie and Betts, come on. Anybody would like to have these guys on the team, right? On their own team. I mean, we got there's 2 to 3 years Freddie and Betts are both going to be, still at the top of their game, right? I mean, wouldn't you say we got 2 or 3 more years left with those guys?
I definitely agree on 2. I think maybe 3 is what is more on Stefan's line of thinking there. Maybe the 3rd year on that one.
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't think it's time to start making moves to replace these guys, right? I mean, I think that's it's way too early.
No, but I was never, and you remember now, I've never been a fan of everybody saying, like in all the comments saying, hey, you need to move Mookie back to the outfield because he's a gold glover in the outfield. I get it. But I was never really a fan of that. But, maybe there is something to that because the bat just hasn't been working. Maybe we need to send him a couple torpedo bats or something. I don't know. But I mean, if you think about it, like maybe infield is something that maybe is affecting his hitting. I don't know what the answer is there, but I'm definitely more open to Mookie moving back to the outfield.
Yeah,
I mean, it doesn't have to be this year, but by next year, I think maybe putting him back out there.
Well, yeah, but who's going to play short then? That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, well, you got
that's why he's playing short. I
don't think that. I thought Kim is a great replacement. He's in the league, but I don't think Kim has the experience yet.
Not yet.
I think he needs a full. When you watch him kind of get lost a little bit, I think he needs a full couple of years more to really soak in before you make him an everyday player. I mean, maybe next year towards half the season, maybe he's that guy, but I don't know.
Yeah, it still has a lot to learn. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing, though, Brad. I mean, if they move him back to the outfield on a regular basis, then who is the shortstop, right? The Dodgers.
I mean, right now, no.
Yeah. That's why that's why he's out there right now because that's.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Play Miggy Rowe every single day at short? No, you're not gonna do that.
I mean, that's
like 50. The dude's like 50. You're not gonna do that.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. The Dodgers would have to make a trade for a shortstop, which I don't think they're going to do right now. Maybe in the offseason, right? Maybe in the offseason we see a deal like that done or a free agency pickup. But shortstop is a really tough position, right? I mean, there's not a lot of elite shortstops in baseball. I mean, it's a tough position to play, and that's it's always a struggle, right? I mean, I think that's why the Dodgers had hopes that Gavin Lux was going to be that guy in the future. He never turned out to be. And that was part of the reason, they let Seager go and Lux was supposed to be that guy and it never happened. So the Dodgers still are kind of suffering from that in their own way. Now having to create Mookie Betts and make him a shortstop when he isn't really one, right?
Yeah, that's true. And, I mean, he's got a few errors at that position too as well, but I still think he's fine for being in there, but I just don't know what the bat problem is. It's like, is it because he's playing short? Is that taking him out of his normal everyday duties because now he's a full-time shortstop and maybe that's not jiving with his hitting? I don't know the answer to that, but I mean, something's going on with Mook. And I mean, what was he 0 for 4? I think yesterday, and that loss, like he was non-existent. It was like he wasn't even in the game, like. And so we don't want to see that out of Mookie. That's for sure.
This is a good comment from Jeff saying Yamamoto is much better when he is aggressive and attacks his zone rather than trying to paint the edges and be too fine. That's when he gets into deep counts. Yeah, and I agree with that. I think when Yamamoto is aggressive, which he definitely can be, the guy is a winner. He's not afraid of anybody, that's why I love watching him pitch because some of these guys, they're just not as aggressive, right? And Yamamoto is super. like when he wants to get a batter out, he really goes at it, right? And I think that's when he's very dangerous. And we saw that yesterday against the Giants.
Yeah, I gotta have to agree, because when you try to finite your pitching and you try to just like, oh, I'm just gonna try to work this to the edge and this to the edge, like sometimes you gotta bring it, you gotta throw strikes, you gotta get ahead of batters too. Getting that first strike, you know how important that is in the game, like
Especially in Major League Baseball, yeah.
Yeah, because that first strike is so important. So you're trying to paint the edges, and you throw something that's that just gets called a ball, and then you throw another one. Now you're what, 2-0, and it's like that's not the way you want to be. So Dodgers need to understand that, and Yamamoto needs to understand that, and just have confidence in his pitching and attack mode. Go attack mode, man.
Yeah, I think yesterday we really need to get robot umpires, because there were some bad calls yesterday in that game against the Giants. There were some bad calls.
So you're 100% for that, right?
Oh yeah, I'm totally for the robot umpires for balls and strikes. Yeah, I think we need to keep the umpires for the the safe plays out and safe plays out on the bases. But I think for the balls and strikes, we need to get a computer out there, because these guys are not consistent.
But I think the problem, I mean, I like that idea because I know it calls it correctly. But I feel like it also has a chance to create animosity, because you can call an umpire out on his call.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like they did in spring training, like if an umpire and it's outside and you go, no,
challenge
no,
it, yeah.
I challenge that. And the umpires might start not that they're going to, be trivial, but I think that could kind of create a little bad blood between each other or something like that.
I don't mind it.
Yeah. I mean, if in the long run, it's going to get the right calls, I think it's important, because too many games are lost over bad calls.
Yeah. I mean, the Dodgers yesterday had, the strike 3 call on Pajes was clearly not strike 3 on Andy. I mean, that was a really bad call. The strikeout looking there was a second and third, if I'm not mistaken, in the fourth inning. It was a really horrible call. And yeah, I mean, I just think that there's no consistency, right? I mean, I think that's the problem, right? I mean, I think the umpires, the home plate umpires I'm talking about specifically, are not being consistent with balls and strikes at times. And we need to get technology in there, because technology has solved the safe outs and safes at the bases, right? I mean that's really helped out, the technology there, when a runner is safe or not.
Yeah, I agree. I think that, and I think they're going to implement it. I really do. I think if it's not in next year's, I think it's going to be in the year after that, because I think that they realize that it's important to the game, and it's important that the team gets the fair shot, it gets the fair shake, and calling someone out in a situation where it could mean the game, could mean a win, a W or an L, like that just shouldn't happen. And I know that, you're human, that humans could make mistakes, but if you can fix that, then I think you need to fix it. And I think MLB is going to fix that. I think they're going to do something.
We got a funny comment from Craig saying, why do they have all-star games in rainy, hot cities, right? Because it's supposed to be rainy and hot in Atlanta tomorrow night. That's a funny comment, but what do you think of the All-Star game, Brad? It's tomorrow. Are you watching? Are you a fan of the All-Star games? I love the baseball All-Star game. For me, it's my favorite one out of all the sports.
Shut up! Is it really?
Yeah, for baseball.
Okay.
Yeah, I love watching it. I'm a big sports guy, but I like that one the best, right? I think watching all the players and just the whole festivities before. I got a chance to go to one of those too when they did it at Dodger Stadium a few years back. I was there. Yeah. But yeah, I like, out of all the sports, I think it's the one that looks more like a real game. Because you watch like basketball, it's a lousy game. Even hockey's not very good. Football, don't get me started. So baseball for me is my favorite one. But what do you think of the baseball All-Star game, Brad?
Move it to after the World Series.
After the World Series. You don't like seeing it during the year?
I don't like seeing it during the year. I really don't. I just think it's a chance for someone to get hurt. And that's why, look at the home run derby and look at the guys that are in the home run derby.
Yeah.
There's guys that shouldn't even be in the home run derby, because people know it can affect your swing. It can affect how you play the second half of the season, because you get so caught up in that. It didn't affect Teo last year. I mean, Teo won it and then went on to an amazing year. I get that too, but I like the fact that NFL does the Pro Bowl at the end of the season.
Come on, who's watching that thing now? I mean, it's a flag football game. Yeah,
it's a flag
football game. That's what it is.
Money.
That's what it is now.
You are money for that, dude.
It's not a real football game. Come on, man.
But I don't like the chance of like, okay, so Otani's playing, Will Smith is playing, Freeman's playing, Kirsch gets a Legends pick, he'll be there. But like, what happens? Just what happens if Freddie is like sliding into second and like messes up his ankle or something like that? He's done.
Yeah.
What if Shohei, like,
Yeah, I know.
something happens to Shohei? What if something happens to Will Smith? It's like, I don't want that affecting the World Series at the end.
Yeah.
And it's not like the days of Pete Rose taking out the catcher in like the '70s. Like,
No.
it's not like that. But it's like, I think that if there's a chance of a big injury on your team, especially Dodgers, how many teams have 4 players
Yeah.
that are going to be in the
I
All-Star
think that's
game?
why you're
Like,
more concerned, Brad, because we have so many players playing in this game. The Dodgers are so good. We have so many all-stars. I mean, some of these other teams have struggled to get even one guy there. We got so many guys suiting up for this game. That's why, we're more concerned, right, in terms of the injuries.
yeah, yeah, definitely. I got to agree on that. I will say this, though, also on for the Dodgers. Okay,
Yeah.
so we got the All-Star break. And then the Dodgers face Milwaukee at
Friday.
home when they
Yeah.
come back. So they got a nice stretch to get people back. The perfect storm could come out. All that stuff is going to work in the right way. I like the way that's going. But you still got to – that's a team that just freaking swept you, okay? You got swept by the Brewers in Milwaukee. You start the second half of the season with those guys. Send a freaking message and take them down and sweep their ass back. That's where I'm at with that one. That's like, hey, all you naysayers with our 7-game skid, then we win the series against the Giants in San Francisco. Pay attention because we need to sweep Milwaukee, and that's a good way to start. And I want to see the Dodgers respond big time on that. Like, that's a team that embarrassed you.
Yeah.
The world champions. Then you need to take that to heart right there.
Yeah, I mean that's you want to see the Dodgers get that, make that statement coming out of the All-Star break. They closed out, winning a series against the Giants right before the break, which is great. But yeah, coming back this Friday, I mean they have to try to win the series. They don't want to lose. Come on, they don't want to lose the season series to the Brewers, right? I mean they already lost it against the Cubs. They don't want to lose it to another National League Central team.
Yeah, and that's you got to show, because there's been a lot of naysayers on the Dodgers, a lot of hate that I see in our messages and stuff like that regarding the Dodgers need to do this, Dodgers need to do this. Look, if I can give anyone a piece of advice, you need to be patient. Okay, if the team is fourth in the division and they're struggling and they're 10 games behind, okay. Call for everything to change.
Come on, guys.
Call
we're not
for
San Diego.
Yeah.
We're not San Diego, guys. Those guys need to make trades. Yeah.
We're definitely not the Padres.
Yeah.
And we're definitely not the hated Giants. So.
Yeah, come on. Those guys need to make the trades. Those guys need to fix their teams up because they can't beat us, so they got to change things.
They can't beat us because they ain't us.
Yeah, that's basically it. They can't.
But you gotta can't knee-jerk reaction to everything. I mean, yes, if I had a magic wand and I could wave over Conforto and Mookie and say, you magically can now hit again,
yeah,
then I would do it. But don't call for everyone to be traded, everyone to be on the block, and maybe switch to decaf. Maybe it's the coffee that's kind of amping you out a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think the decaf sometimes works out, right? Because you think more straight, right? Because come on, guys, we can't trade Mookie Betts. I mean that he's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, I'm excited to see the second half of the season, but I agree with you. We're both on the same page. Get a reliever. Get a high leverage reliever. I mean, that's what you need to do, and that would really help the Dodgers because we all know the bullpen's been taxed. And you need to get some help to the bullpen because you want Bessie to be able to step up too.
We got, what is it, Jeff Roll saying Muncy options should be picked up, even if he's a platoon player, his bat still plays. Yeah, I mean, I think, options should be picked up or a new contract.
I agree.
Should be coming up this offseason.
I agree 100% on that one. I was not the fan of it. Then, like a quarter of the way through the season, I was like, no.
He won you over. The Funky Muncy.
The Funky Muncy. I love it when they play that.
Yeah, I love it.
They don't play that.
I don't know why they don't play that anymore, man.
Yeah, the Beastie Boy ripoff. I love that.
That was awesome, man.
They don't do it. Well, that's going to do it, right?
We're coming to an end here.
I got to get on a plane.
All right, man. You have anything else to say before we leave?
Well, just everyone calm down. Take a deep breath. We good. we took care of the series against the Giants, the hated Giants, what we're supposed to do. Let's watch the All-Star game. Make sure that no Dodgers take any stupid chances. It's fine if somebody else gets hurt from a different team. That's okay. But the Dodgers got to protect the 4 dudes that are in there and make things happen. And then finally, look, they're off till the weekend. The cool thing is Mookie's at home with family. Freddie's at home with family. All these guys are at home with family now because they start the second half of the season at home, which is awesome for the Dodgers because now they get plenty of home time. You can be in your comfort zone. You're not wearing yourself out on the travel. And so I think this is going to go into the Dodgers' favor, and they're going to make Milwaukee pay for what they did.
Well, I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to like the video. We appreciate everybody's support. Take us away, Brad.
I will say this on behalf of everybody who's been watching us. These are the most messages
Oh, yeah.
we've had.
We couldn't get to everybody. Sorry, man, because, it's been too much.
You guys fired off like champions. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys checking us out. Subscribe, like, turn on notifications. And as you go through this whole entire week, enjoy the All-Star game. But always, no matter what you do, think Dodger Blue, and let's go Dodgers.
That's right. Let's go Dodgers.